Hi there, as usually it's me, just a voiceover, you're watching Review Machines, and this is the new snowmobile, Charmax SHP 880. Look at this beast, do you like it? By the way, there are some very unusual solutions in the construction. I'll show you them right now, let's go. Well, my friends, this time we have in our inventory new sled that looks pretty sporty and peculiar, but in fact it's a real utility snowmobile. We've already made a review of a similar model, SHP 680, but they are similar only in appearance. There are many new solutions here, and now we'll look at them. Then we are going to test the thing in the different conditions, so it's going to be an interesting day. Let's start. But before that, please consider subscribing our channel, my friends, it's very important for us. Thank you. Well, what do you think, guys, about the design? This is very outstanding, isn't it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The company really managed to create a signature snowmobile look that stands out from the crowd. It's fresh, modern, sporty, but as we remember, it's a utility sled. The body lines kinda remind me of a Dolphin, especially on this extended model. And that LED front lighting? Total game changer. It's not just stylish, but also works as running lights. Now let's dive into the key specs. It's an extended version of the model. It's 320 cm long, 115 cm wide, and 130 cm tall, weighing in at 300 kilos. This snowmobile is designed for two people, though the passenger backrest comes as an option. Its claimed load capacity is 350 kilos, so it's pretty sturdy. Under the hood, it's powered by 33 horsepower fuel-injected two-cylinders engine with 750cc displacement. And this is the next peculiar solution, cause these kinds of engines are usually used in some industrial machines and garden tractors, for example. At the front, we have a suspension with adjustable stiffness. Pretty standard but effective. The next standout feature of this model is a long and wide track, which is a big deal for a utility snowmobile like this. At the back there is a slide suspension with a massive 3937mm track with 25mm lugs. From my first impressions, the suspension feels comfortable and long travel, which is exactly what you want for a smooth ride. The dashboard is simple, it's digital, nothing too fancy, but it gets the job done. It has all the essential info, plus the brightness is good. The controls are pretty standard, with heated grips and throttle, which is a nice feature for those chilly rides. The brake is hydraulic, it seems reliable. Now let's fire it up. At idle, the engine runs nice and quiet, but when you push throttle, the sound is definitely satisfying. The gear shifter is smooth and precise, but it requires to ease off the throttle when shifting to make sure the gears engage smoothly. Ready to give it a go? Let's hit the snow and see how it performs. Alright, as I always do in my videos, let me share my first impressions of this new ride. First off, this snowmobile feels like a full-sized machine. You are handling a serious piece of equipment. The suspension is really nice. It glides over the snow like a dolphin in the sea, and it feels like a fit in comparison given by its sleek design. The seat is soft, the suspension has plenty of travel, and the footrests are wide and easy to grip. Now about the performance. Do not expect mind-blowing speed here. The engine is decently powerful and has a good torque, but it's not built for insane speeds. Don't get me wrong, you can still have some fun, but it's not the kind of a wild ride you'd get from a high-powerful two-stroke. This is just a utility snowmobile. So should we test the top speed? Sure, but before we do, let's take a closer look at some of interesting design details. Alright, let's get under the hood. To access the engine, you'll need to remove a few body panels. The dashboard flips up, giving you access to the top of the engine. The engine, as I said, is 750cc, 33 HP, 4-stroke with air oil cooling. It delivers solid torque, 62 Nm. One downside: there is no manual starter here, it's only electric. As I said, it's really unusual for sleds to install this type of engine. Under the seat you'll find the battery and the spacious storage box. There is a large rear rack. The footrests are wide and comfortable, and there are vents at the bottom that blow warm air onto your feet. The headlight is mounted behind the windshield, so you only see it when it's turned on. At the back there is a bright brake light for safety. So it seems we've covered the main specs. Now let's keep moving and see what else this snowmobile has to offer. Alright, we've spent some time getting to know this snowmobile, and now it's time to get back to the title of this video. New approach of making sleds. As we know, this sled has quite a peculiar look, very unusual engine, and some other fanciful features. But are they really good, these solutions? Most controversial, I think, is the engine. Frankly speaking, the sled is rather dull with it. On the other hand, it has plenty of torque. That is a key feature for the utility sled. And of course, reliability is a key for any snowmobile. But it's going to take some time before we can draw any conclusions about that. But according to the company, their engineers are working hard to ensure it's built to last. Alright, let's check the top speed. We'll try it on a snowmobile track across the field. Let's see how it performs. On the track, I managed to hit 49 km per hour according to the GPS speedometer, and 52 km per hour on the built-in speedometer, not bad. Now let's take it off trail and try it on untouched snow. There is a lot of snow out here, but it's pretty dense, with a layer of soft powder on top. In these conditions, I was able to reach 40 km per hour on the GPS and 43 on the built-in speedometer. Meanwhile, we are moving to a rough forest trail to test how the suspension handles bumps and uneven terrain. As for the suspension, it feels super smooth on the open field. Here, on this bumpy trail, the rear track suspension is performing great. However, the front suspension feels a bit stiff to me. It might be set up for two people, which could explain it. Another important note: the fuel tank holds 14 liters, and the fuel consumption for this fuel-injected engine is about 12 or 14 liters per 100 kilometers according to the specs. And now let's see how well this snowmobile handles deep snow. If you step off the trail, you'll sink into the snow pretty deep. Now let's try it here. Thanks to the torquey engine and the long track, it handles these kinds of sections with confidence. I can already see your comments saying you should test it in 2 meters of snow, and I agree, that would be the ultimate test. But unfortunately we don't have that kind of snow here. Still, we are doing our best to find the most challenging spots, like this one here. As you can see, the snowmobile is handling it without any issues. In this episode, I let the snowmobile dig itself into the snow by reversing into a deep spot. Then we'll try to get out of this situation. As you can see, it managed without any trouble. Next I'm sinking the right side into the snow. And there is some brush ahead, so I have to reverse out. The torquey engine and the long wide track keep me from getting stuck. In the end, we can say that the snowmobile has solid off-road capability, which is exactly what you'd expect from a utility model. And now it's time for our favorite topic, the price talk. Before that, let's wrap up our review. The Sharmax SHP 880 is a utility snowmobile with a striking peculiar design, wide and long track, unusual engine. It's comfortable to ride. If you are not expecting insane speed, this snowmobile will suit you. Now about the price. Actually, this sled costs now about $6,000. Well, let's call today, my friends. Thanks for having a ride with us. Please post your comments what you think of this sled. Consider watching another our video about similar machine. Stay with us. There will be many more interesting materials here. Bye-bye.